never-ending stream. Relax yourself. Just hit that like. Be right there in a second. Are you okay?
Purge the anti-Semitism and
What happens? How about here? Hey, there I am. Welcome. How are you, folks? Good to see you. Hell no, we won't go. Yes, I know. Hello, good to see you. Sorry, the stream kept running all night long. I have a thing that I set up because that happened a few times to me because I stopped the show and then I go about my way and then the credits are rolling and I'm like, I go do something and then there's a cat emergency and then I forget the stream is running. It's happened in the past. So I set up a button. When I push it, it goes to the end scene. It turns off my lights. And then it has a timer that after like 2 minutes, approximately, it will turn off the stream. Well, that froze right before the turning the lights off part. And I didn't notice it until just a little bit ago. So thank you for everyone who paid. I only feel bad about it for one reason, is because I think people recognize what's going on, and I will go clean up the post stream so it doesn't seem like it goes on for 7 hours. But I I know you waited and waited. I probably should have just jumped straight into the stream and kept going, but I feel like we got to start a new chapter in our lives together. I only feel bad that if anybody else had a show on and it was like, oh, but Hal's is live. Oh, the big jerk. So, hello, west of Scotland. Ali, good to have you. And welcome, chat room. I should just say hi right out of the gate. Hello, chat room. Good to see you. Rip Sam Rubin. Oh, no. Hello, Bethany. There you go. Hit that likety-like. There you go. That's Sam Rubin? I do a hell of a job. Thank you. Thank you. That's criticism with faint praise, I think, at this point. I'm trying. Greetings from the land. Yes. It's my Ireland. Who else face Scotland? We all do. We will. I swear to you. It's nothing to be ashamed of. I love it. Yeah, unsupervised fun. I'm gonna go back and clean that out. I'm gonna take everything you've said and go, oh, shame you. Shame on you. Like that. No, that's terrible. Look at you. 300 chat and I wasn't even there. Yeah, my name just draws a crowd. It's amazing like that. It's what happens when you're a superstar. They let you grab the internet by the tubes. What? That didn't work at all. That was a terrible analogy. But hey, you know what the nice thing about my gig right now is? I gotta say, like, doing political comedy and political commentary. There used to be a time in America, I don't know if you know this, where you could actually, if you weren't careful, be dumber than the people that you were commenting or riffing on. Where you would say something that was idiotic and pathetic and stupid, and in saying something that was stupid, you would embarrass yourself, and you would go, oh dear, I was talking about someone, and I said something dumb, and they said something smart while I was busy. I was making fun of them, and oh dear, I look like a dum-dum. And that's just fucking impossible right now. I'd just like to say, for the record, that I literally, there are times when I'm like, you know what? I could just ramble the stupidest shit, and then when I play the clips that I have, I'll still look like a genius by comparison. The bar is so low. And it's not even just that I play, like, I'll show you. This is a clip from Fox News. This is Jesse Waters and an AI character, as far as I can tell. But he's having Alina Habba on, I think, in this clip. Trump lawyer, it's the Twilight Zone inside the courtroom. Okay, first of all, lady, I'm sure that you have never actually watched the Twilight Zone. The movie, much less the actual series. Stop it. You know, I doubt she could hum past the first 4 notes. She maybe, if it happened recently, she could go do 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 like that. She would just grab it, but that's it. There's no friggin' way. That said, yes, we'll get to Rudy Giuliani. Rudy Giuliani has been fired. He's been suspended, but his show's ending at his New York station because he's going to cost them $1 billion. Because he won't shut the fuck up about 2020 being stolen, even though they've given him repeated warnings. So they had to physically, like, reach across him and turn his microphone off at the studio and then walk him out of the place. Fucking hilarious. Anyways, so That said, Jesse Waters here, very upset about something. Daddy issues. Again, Stretch Ben Shapiro also has sort of like, he and Greg Kelly like borrow each other's emotional scars in between shows. Like they just like pass them over. I don't know if they arrive in like a bank tube or they put them in a yellow envelope and mail them across town, something like that. But there is I can almost guarantee that if I just flailed about and just randomly said shit off the top of my head that had no basis in reality whatsoever, it would still be more realistic, honest, and entertaining than whatever the fuck is coming out of their mouths. And again, this isn't just the ass end of the internet. This is Fox News. This is a huge channel with lots of money, lot less than it had than maybe a year and a half ago. But still, here we go. So this is Alina Habba, I guess, jumping in to talk about Trump. And then we'll get to what he said as he was leaving the courtroom.
Alina Habba joins me now. All right, Lena, you've been there most of the time, right? In court?
Yes.
In this kangaroo court. No one knows what is happening inside. Yeah. Can you give us a little color?
Lots of people know what's happening inside. It's not just lawyers and witnesses and the jury. There's lots of people.
About what it's really like.
So,
yeah, tell us, because there aren't any reporters allowed to even see the place. Fox News has been banned from the site. They're not allowed someone's not even allowed to look at the court sketches.
It is actually cold. I agree with the president on that. I didn't know how cold it would be. So, you walk in and it's really actually something surreal. You feel like
it is so cold in the courtroom. I thought Stormy Daniels actually liked me.
You're in the twilight zone. Today, I walked in and the first person that caught my eye was everybody from Greg Kelly on the right to George Conway on the left, Kaylin Collins sitting there.
So what she's saying, Jesse, is you're a fucking asshole. Of course people know what's going on. There are a lot of people there. You're on the news. You have a regular show. You're on twice a day at Fox. You're the drive time bullshitter and the mid-evening bullshitter. You could get in there and look for yourself. What you're saying is, what the fuck is wrong with you? Why won't you show up and report, you lazy bastard? I'm just translating.
And, I appreciate that they all want to act journalistic in those moments. I'm sitting there and I'm looking, but they're...
Act journalistic? Come on. Don't say Greg Kelly and then even say act journalistic. Shame on you.
Snarking, and it's a very strange feeling.
So it's like a show trial.
It is.
For the media.
Right.
Except no one's allowed in and there is no media and no one knows what's going on. So you can tell us. Tell me what's going on in the place where no one knows what's going on, except everybody you mentioned seems to be from the press.
Except there's no law that's been broken. They haven't even named the crime.
Yeah, they have. It's a felony level misappropriation of funds. He wrote down a payment to a porn star to cover up her part in a tryst in an attempt to keep it out of the press. He paid her, and then they wrote down legal expenses. That's where they broke the law. And everywhere they wrote legal expenses, and then wrote it again, legal expenses. And the third time they wrote it, legal expenses. The lie gets stronger every time you write it because you knew it was a lie the first time. So the second time you do it, that's egregious. Third time you do it, that's where it gets into the felony zones. And you did that 7 or 8 different times on multiple payments, both to her and to Michael Cohen when you repaid. So that would be it.
It's unbelievable. And when anything salacious happens, all you hear is the clicking of, the keyboards. But when actually...
I'm glad that's the noise, as opposed to, no, I won't do it. I'm not a true Foley artist, excuse me.
Actual law and facts are discussed, it's silent.
That I expect.
Yeah, because they have to listen a little better.
That sums it up perfectly. Everyone's looking at Donald Trump. Is he cursing? Is he sleeping?
Is he an old ghost in a haunted house in the Victorian era? Is he sniffing the elbow of his lawyer? Is he concentrating really hard as he poops his pants? What's he doing?
What else can you see when you're inside that room?
Besides the insides of your eyelids.
The ruin of our justice system, to be honest.
It is. It's everywhere. I mean, honestly, the whole place is rubble. They don't draw it in the drawings because they're being dicks. Okay.
Honest, you can see everything. I'm obviously sitting in the front row.
Obviously, I mean, she's not sitting in back with Greg Kelly. What the fuck?
Pew behind.
Well, the aptly named. It's just a gallery. They're not actually pews. They're rows. They're benches. It's not a pew. Churches have pews. But in the case that you're sitting in the front row right behind Donald Trump, clearly a pew. I don't know how to... I don't know what to tell you.
The team that's doing the case. And
the team that's doing the case. That's what they're doing. I mean, look, slow down, lady, with all your technical mumbo jumbo. Hold on. Let me see if I can do this. Dink. There we go. Thank you. The aptly named pew.
You can see everybody. There's a tech team. There's obviously all the people, the commentators that we see on TV sitting there all day watching.
Yeah, I mean, obviously not Greg because he would be way behind you.
It's a very strange thing.
It's really weird. I've never been in a courtroom before. I've never been in an actual criminal trial. I did the civil thing with him, but he wouldn't trust me with his actual thing. I'm sitting in the front row, obviously. Well, technically the front row would be his actual team and him, but I'm not on that because he's afraid that if I fuck this case up the way I fucked up the civil case, he'll be in jail already. So
Does it seem like he's in control of the courtroom?
Well, that's a trick question.
He is definitely commanding. You can tell that he is outspoken. You can tell that he has an opinion. In front of a jury, do I think it's appropriate? No. You have a jury. You have to be very careful of how much you interrupt, how much you condemn one side over the other. But I've seen this myself.
Not really.
They don't care. They care about swaying them, and that's one way to sway a jury.
First of all, real quick, there was no jury in the civil trial because you forgot to check the right box or check the wrong box, whichever one. But fuck off. So, secondly, so you haven't seen a fucking jury. What history does she have with a criminal trial in front of a jury? I'm serious. Except, of course, like she's of the age where she maybe watched the OJ trial when she was young.
Just because you have a jury doesn't mean that the judge doesn't show control and push them towards the right direction.
And the jury's engaged. They're paying attention to the facts.
Sometimes.
I think I'm getting from this weird hand gesture that he's selling the idea that they're not, and this is a bunch of Democrats and they're going to vote anyways, and most of them are sleeping. And
sometimes I think with the last testimony, I saw some giggles, obviously, and
obviously, yeah. What was the giggle part? The part where she talked about his tiny little mushroom dick, or the part where she kept spanking his lawyer and making them look like an asshole, or the parts where they were talking about titillating details that didn't have to come out at all? My favorite part, I think, and feel free to conflict with me on this one, Miss Hubba Hubba Hubba, is that they were sick of these salacious details, right? Just terrible how these kind of statements she was making or painting the president in such a gross light and all this stuff. And then the attorney for Trump brings up the orange turd tweet, and then make sure that orange turd is in the record and is repeated several times in reference to Donald Trump while he's sitting right there. I think that might have been my part. And that somehow saying orange turd is not a salacious detail.
I don't want to speak too much about a jury sitting on a trial, but, you know.
You can't.
Maybe, I don't know. You know, it fades in back and forth, and it's very difficult to read a jury.
And you don't even know who's testifying.
It's very difficult to read a jury. You have to go to like law school and know the case and know what you're talking about and know what you're doing. It's just very hard.
Fine tomorrow.
No.
How do you, as a defense attorney?
She wouldn't know. She's not on the team. There's another lady doing it, who is, by the way, clearly less attractive because she's qualified. She wasn't hired for her looks. She was hired for her qualifications. Unlike the civil trial, which Trump thought was going to be a slam dunk or something.
Prepare to cross-examine a witness when you don't know who the witness the next day is going to be.
Well,
because you already have you've had your depositions. You know the witness list overall, and you don't you can rebut them based on the facts at hand, and they can't go outside a certain realm. It's just, here's how it works. Jesse, let me show you. Who's tomorrow? Oh, them. I just moved their questions from the middle of my pile to the top of my pile. It's amazing. Yeah.
I think that's by design. I think that's by design.
Yeah, because he's threatening the witnesses and they have to transport them, and they're worried that some asshole might try to do something to them on their way to court.
And they're masking it with the unconstitutional gag order. They're saying that this is to protect witnesses, but they have no problem when their witnesses speak on TV or their witnesses, as you showed, post. That's not a problem.
Well, those posts are from a while back. He was referencing, I'm guessing, I mean, this is their clip, so maybe he was talking about something else, but yes, the people are allowed to take their own life in their own hands, but the judge and the court cannot endanger their lives during that process. You can fuck up your own life, but the judge and the court system in New York doesn't have to contribute to you doing that, is the idea.
Oh, it's a problem for President Trump's legal team.
Because they're stupid.
To even know and prepare for the next witness the next day.
Imagine having to go, where's my questions for Stormy Daniels? They're where? Oh my God, print them out quickly. We only have till tomorrow.
Imagine, so you have to prepare for every witness that they give you, a long list at the beginning of the prosecution's table.
At the table? They just lay it on the table, so you can just walk by there, I guess, any day and go look for ones that haven't been checked off and go, they're probably nice. Table.
They give you a long list, and you don't know who they're going to call, what they're going to ask about, and you have to be prepared every day for every single witness left on that list.
That's absolute insanity.
No, it isn't. Also, why wouldn't you be prepared? Holy fuck. Who is a surprise? First of all, who in this whole process is not someone that Trump fucked around with that we've heard in the news, mainly Stormy Daniels, Karen McDougal, and Michael Cohen, essentially. These are the people he fucked around with in one form or another. And then the rest are all fucking employees of his. And if they have, their own, expert witnesses about the legalities of stuff, you have your expert witness, and therefore you go, Your Honor, no questions. That's their belief. We disagree. We have our own, we have our own expert. Who is, motherfucker, most of the people that they're bringing up as witnesses are employees of the defendant.
Not even I could prepare that much.
By the way, I think this is an internal laziness joke at Fox News that has now run rampant, that has become the new talking point about Jesse, is that he is the laziest person at Fox. I can't see how that's possible. Although I would say that, like, Kilmeade is equally unprepared for a lot of the stuff that happens to him, but it seems like he tries but just can't comprehend it. Whereas this dude is just kind of a douchey frat fuck who phones it in every day and just thinks exasperation will sell the news.
And I'm very well prepared.
Yeah.
As you are too. Alina, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Click here.
Thank you. That was great. 3 minutes, 15 seconds of fucking magic. You have his attorney in the civil trial on. You have her on for the length of whatever one segment is, which is about 5 to 7 minutes, depending. You have some flexibility in this. You bring her in for the shortest segment in your whole fucking show, presumably. I didn't see the top of this. Maybe they cut it in half. Maybe what she said at the beginning, they were like, fuck this. But you bring her in, you give her 3 minutes and 15 seconds. And what do you ask? What's it like inside the courtroom? What's it like? What's courtrooms like? Guys, what's it like? I don't know. Is it weird in there? Like, what does it look like? Does he look like he's doing something? Does this person look like he's doing something? What's it look like? What's it like? That's what you use the fucking time for? Are you nuts? It's this goddamn attorney. Ask her about okay. I trapped myself in my own conversation because I was about to say, ask her about substantive elements of the case. But A, she doesn't know them. And B, if you do, she'll start talking about them in realistic terms if she's not careful. And people go, oh, maybe this fucker's guilty. That sounds like shit. Oh, that's not good. Yeah. So bad. Yeah. You want to be besties, girlfriend? Girlfriend, what's it like in there? Oh my God. Dude, where are you sitting? Are you sitting in front or are you like back there with Greg Cully or like, I don't know. Right? It's so weird. Right? Oh God. Yeah. What the ever loving shit. By the way, hit the like. I forgot to say it at the beginning of the show because I was so ashamed that I left the stream running. I feel bad. I feel so bad. They also, by the way, can I just say that the tomorrow is Sexy Liberal Madison. Please come if you're anywhere near the area. I'm very excited. I was going to drive down to Chicago and do the show there, but my flight lands such that if I got in my rental car and sped all the way there, I would get there just in time to miss the show. So I'm doing it from my hotel room. Wish me luck on hotel Wi-Fi tomorrow. Fucking A. But in the meantime, some folks have shown up at the meet and gropes and they have brought gifts, and that I can't tell you how lovely that is. It's been very sweet. Some gifts cause me to spend money because I have to enjoy the gift. Not the least of which is in the fact that I'm learning Gaelic as they do. Someone gave me a like, here, you can learn this. It was like they re-gifted me something, which is just as good. It's lovely. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Not putting any shade. But it made me have to go out and buy a Walkman. I found this online. It's a piece of crap, as it were, but it's a Walkman that, hold on, I have to slide this little thing to open it up. Now, I've been putting off getting a Walkman for a while because I have a cassette that I love that I want to convert, and this one apparently, check this out, it's got a USB-C port on it, and you can convert your cassettes, and it was like $30. So thank you to the person who bought me the the Irish Gaelic tape system, or got it off their shelf and gave it to me. And this is relatively new. It's just crap. But it's got a phone jack on it and a little rolling volume thing. But the only difference is it's got a C port on it because you can transfer tapes from it. You can use it. You have one? Oh, well, I hope it works well, because either way, I know it works to listen to stuff because I tried it already. But also, I'm going to use it to convert that cassette that I have to digital files so that I can listen to it anytime I want to instead of it. It's a subliminal confidence cassette that I'm sure you think I need, that I've had forever. But I like the music from it. It's weird. Don't get me started. I love the music in it. It makes me feel great about myself. All right. So next up, obviously, Trump came out of court today. He came out of court today excited and ready for anything. He's like, this was a win. Today we fucking killed it. My attorneys were awesome. Alina Habba was there. I got to turn around, chit chat with her for a second. It was awesome. He's obviously coming out of there in a good mood, feeling good about the case. Let's see. We'll also see if for some fucking odd reason it's because it's Forbes breaking news that it's all left channel. I don't know why. By the way, still an asshole for saying thank you to reporters who are covering this case because it's historic, because a former president is on trial for criminal offenses for the first time in our nation's history, and it's hilarious. And here he comes with his stack of paper. I got even more Jonathan Turley articles. Turley! Save me, Turley! Okay, thank you, everyone. Here's my stack of Turley articles. All the great, incredible people that love me so much. All the great political minds. I'm going to name a bunch of people today that I've never even talked about before. I'm going to talk about Turley and Giuliani and okay.
Mr. President, are you going to testify next week?
He seems very excited.
There's no gag order to Michael Cohen. What the judge did was amazing, actually.
It was amazing. He cooked us all a flan, and the texture, like, it was springy, but not chewy. I don't know how he does it.
It's amazing. Everybody can say whatever they want. They can say whatever they want, but I'm not allowed to say anything about anybody.
You just said something about the judge, so obviously that's not true. And real quick, you do realize that they have to testify under oath, and so whatever they say in public can be compared to what they say under oath, whereas you do not have to, because you're the defendant, you do not have to speak under oath. So what you say outside the courtroom, you can use that as a way to get around talking under oath, which is another reason why you have to be under it. Also, oh, I'm sorry, shit. I apologize, guys. I apologize. For those that are squeamish, it's my bad. Yeah, I should have. You know what it is? It's the red tie pointing right at it. You know what I mean? It's just, yeah, it's rough. Hit that like, by the way. Share the show. Let people know we're here, please. That would help. All right. Yeah. So just be warned. Okay, here we go.
It's a disgrace, and you see it. The media sees it.
No, they don't, because they're out there, stupid. And it's not a disgrace, and you're a very silly man.
And it's really very sad.
Is it? It is. It's very sad. I was thinking about how sad it was the other day, and I was like, is it though? And I was like, yeah. It's so sad. It's sad. And the sorrow and the sadness. Oh, I'm sad. Ooh, the sadness. Why must we have the sadness? That's sad if you really think about it. It's a disgrace, but it's also sad. So fucking sad. I don't know why. I don't know why. I don't know why. It's so sad. Oddly enough, it hurts my face to just even do that filter.
If you look at the legal experts and the legal scholars,
both? Wait, you have both? No wonder the stack of paper is so big.
every one of them say this trial is a
Every single one of them. Name them. Let's hear it. Who are you talking about? Certainly not Jonathan Turley again.
scam. It's
It's a scam. Fuck you.
it's something should have never happened. By the way, it could have
Like the affair, or sorry, too soon. Like fucking around with your wife while she's at home with your 5-month-old. No, what?
happened 7 years ago. They bring it right during the election. Nobody sees that. Nobody talks about it. This should have been 7 years ago.
You were in office. You couldn't. But Bill Barr literally ran interference. You couldn't bring charges against him then. That's exactly, specifically.
It shouldn't have been brought. But if it was going to be brought, it should have been brought 7 years ago. And, you know,
You mean when Bill Barr was specifically making it impossible to bring charges against you? Mean during that time? I'm just specifying. So during the time when you were president, actually technically 7 years ago would have been what? During Jeff Sessions? But I mean, obviously the same belief system. President can't be charged while he's in office.
2016. We're talking about something goes back a charge of 2006.
2006? 2006? Is that how we're going to say it? 2006? Is that how? Oh, fuck me. Now all the maggots have to start saying it like that. Remember what happened in 9/11 of 2001? What were you doing back in 2002? I don't even remember. It was such a busy time. When did we go into Iraq? Was it 2003 or 2004? And remember the crash of 2008? Fuck you. All right. Wait, back up. Also, there was. Oh, hold on. Hey. Wait. God damn it. I always do that. It won't allow me to. Okay. Back up.
We're talking about something goes back a charge of 2006.
A charge of 2006? I don't know what the fuck that was. Can I also say that 2016, this is a crime that happened in 2017. I would like to say for the record. Fuck you, lying piece of shit. He's doing the same thing with these charges against him that he does about the Spanish goddamn flu. 2017 is when he wrote the lie that this was for legal fees to Michael Cohen. He was in office when he paid this money back to Michael Cohen. But that's when the crime actually happened. The crime happened in 2017. The subterfuge around the election and all that shit happened in 2016. But he paid, no, Cohen paid the hush money for him, and Pecker took on this debt until after he was already in. Nobody expects the Spanish flu, right?
Think of it. We're talking about 2016. We're talking about a charge that's
2016 or 2060? Real quick.
Think of it.
I'm definitely thinking it. I'm thinking it. What year?
We're talking about 2016. We're taking
2060. All right, that's okay. I don't even know why I got all caught up with the fucking 2002 situation. This motherfucker thinks he's being tried for future crimes that will occur after he is long dead. This motherfucker just said 2060. I don't care. Listen to this again.
2006.
Hold on. Back up.
About 7 years ago.
Listen.
And, you know, we're talking about 2016.
That's 2016. There it clearly says it.
We're talking about something that goes back a charge of 2006.
Okay. So that's why he, like, cleaned it up.
7 years ago. It shouldn't have been brought. But if it was going to be brought, it should have been brought 7 years ago. And, you know, we're talking about 2016. We're talking about something that goes back a charge of 2006. Think of it. We're talking about 2016. We're taking...
Yeah, think of it. We're talking about 2060, not 2016. He just said 2016, like super articulated the word, and then fucking 2060.
Talking about a charge that's 18...
So he's, and again, excellent spot there. It's the 2006 2060. In his brain, he's flip-flopping the 6 and the 0 when he's trying to say it. This is part of the hard fade. We're seeing a bit of sundowning here.
19 years old.
What? Hold on. Charges are 19 years old? How do you know that? Oh, I know. Because of your son's age.
2016, we're talking about a charge that's 18 or 19 years old.
How? I don't know. Is it 18 or is it 19? How old is Barron? Oh, I see. It's just shy of 19.
It's all fake. The whole case is fake. The judge is corrupt.
Yeah, this never happened in 2060.
And the only thing he...
Oh, yeah, that's right. Punky also pointed something out. Trump was 60 when this shit happened. Remember, there was a story about how she was 27, he was 60, and that's been in the news. So here, clearly, he's been reading this shit, and he's upset that they brought up the fact that he was 60 when it happened.
Gives us to make him look a little bit good. He gives us nothing. And what he just did now is a joke.
Ah, it's the thing of pooey. What the fuck were you just saying?
The judge is corrupt. Mm-hmm. And the only thing he gives us is to make him look a little bit good. He gives us nothing.
I don't even fucking know. I don't know what that... What? To make himself look a little bit good, he gives us nothing.
And what he just did now is a joke. It's a disgrace. It's a disgrace.
Is it a disgrace, though? I mean, you should probably say that again.
So I just want to mention right here.
Yeah, please. Just get to it.
Biden made a claim that inflation under Trump was 9%. When it wasn't, it was a tiny fraction. It was 1.4% and actually going down.
Yeah, inflation of 1.4% and going down is terrible. That's deflation, and that's a country buster.
We had essentially almost no inflation.
Right. As in zero growth.
But we had 9%.
As in shrinkage. You know, something you know a little bit about. Which brings us back to the case. Thanks.
Percent inflation, and that's a fake number because not everything was included with Biden. And if you add it all up, I think it's a 50% inflation tax. I call it the Biden inflation tax.
We know, but prices are not 50% higher than they were in 2019 everywhere. Simmer the fuck down.
So he lies, and he lies about everything.
Yeah, everything.
Including his golf game.
That'll get him. That's what it is. Yeah, you got limited time in front of the press. Why not swing for the fences? Oh, he's a bad golfer, too. Oh. See, that's why I voted for him. I was like, you know why I'm putting my thumb on the scale for Biden is because he's a better golfer than Trump. For real. For real. He doesn't slice like an asshole. You know?
Because he can't hit a ball. He can't hit a ball 100 yards.
Ooh, oh shit. Oh, not 100 yards? Ouch. Ah. He can't. Are you telling me Biden? So he shows up. He's the first president to stand on a Union picket line, but he can't golf. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, it's a good question in the chat room. Can you ride a bicycle? I will say there's something about Biden that, you know, obviously competitively between him and Trump is that Biden has qualified for a driver's license in his adult life. Just saying.
Lies about everything, but he came out, and I saw that this last couple of days, he was talking about the Trump inflation was 9. No, his inflation was 9%.
New York Post article. Mm-hmm.
That's a tax on the American people due to gross incompetence. And it was all started because of his energy policies, his stupid Green New Deal energy policies.
Or his stupid thing about restarting the economy and getting it back to where it was going and the American people having more buying power than any other country in the world, and therefore raising the cost of things and the shortening of supply chains that is an expense that will be relatively permanent for a while. And again, what I would call the anti-slavery tax.
And you wait till to see.
You wait till to see.
If we don't win this...
Yeah, you wait till to see.
...energy policies. And you wait till to see.
Yeah, you guys wait till to see. Just, okay, fuck you then. You wait till to see. I don't wait till to see. I'm waiting till already. You wait till to see. And we'll both wait till to see. You wait a little bit first.
If we don't win this nation is finished.
If we don't win this, hey motherfucker, America's not a trophy, you fuck. You don't win an election, you get a job. All right. All right. One of the competitive problems with the way we discuss politics in the world is that somebody wins an election versus loses an election. You don't get a fucking trophy when you win the presidency. You get a job, a difficult one that ages everyone who gets it. Right? So, I mean, this is a Freudian slip and he's just talking out of his ass, but it's a point that bothers me. It's the same shit with like, we got to fight to win this country back win our country back. Like, first of all, it's not your country, it's every American's country, and you don't win an election, you get a fucking job. It's a hiring contest, fucko.
You wait till you see what would happen.
You wait till you see. I'll wait till you wait till you see. Everybody's just waiting. What are you waiting for?
If we don't win this nation is finished. You wait till you see what would happen.
You wait till you see. Okay? Fuck you. Fuck me, fuck you then, fuck you. I'm just saying, are we sure he's not drinking?
Because all of that stuff will be closed up.
All of that stuff will be closed up. What? Back up. I'm sorry, I was so caught up with wait till you see. Was that a what?
You see what would happen, because all of that stuff will be closed up. He let a lot of my energy policies go through because energy was starting under what they were doing.
Wait, sorry. So he let a lot of your energy policies go through, which is why we had what? Wait. Motherfucker, this is a mess. Eric, get the hook. Let's listen to this again.
All of that stuff will be closed up. He let a lot of my energy policies go through because energy was starting under what they were doing, starting to go up so high. So he let
energy was going up. Energy. Edisy
He was starting under what they were doing, starting to go up so high. So he let a lot of them continue, including the drilling.
Hey, stupid! Yes, we know. We have 9,000 unused drilling permits that are just sitting there. We know that American energy production is higher than it has ever been before. What are you talking about? You're supposed to sit there and go, he shut down all the drilling. We don't have oil. We've stopped producing oil. Our numbers are down. Their numbers are lies. We're making less, we're producing less oil than we did when I was in office. He says it's more, but that's bullshit. This is all bullshit. That's what you're supposed to say, stupid. What the fuck? Back up. One more time.
So high, so he let a lot of them continue, including the drilling, because the prices were going so high for gasoline and energy. And now he comes out and he actually says, I guess with a straight face, but I'm not sure he knows what he's saying anyway, that it was 9% under Trump. So at least the New York Post.
Oh, camera guy, don't try to follow just look up the art. They'll look it up. It's a New York Post article.
And I hear the Wall Street Journal and a couple of others did correct it. Now, it was 1.4. It was actually lower than that. We included everything. They didn't include everything.
Yeah, you didn't include COVID. Did you include COVID in your description of 1.4% inflation? The ultimate collapse of the U.S. economy and the world economy?
They took some of the worst categories and didn't include them in the 9%. So his 9% is actually much higher than that. But it's a tax over a 4-year period of more than 50%.
Yeah, 9 times 4 is more than 50%. Yeah, I can't argue with your math. Oh. But it's all because he continued your oil drilling stuff. So you're castigating Biden for drill baby drilling. Is that what the fuck?
And I call it the inflation tax, the Biden.
Yeah, we know what you call it, but your description of it, I mean, would you like to sit down?
Inflation.
Level 2 hype train. Everybody on Twitch, give us a thumbs up. Let us know you're there. Let us know you're there if you're on the Twitch machine. Tell everybody there. And if you're there, please subscribe if you haven't subscribed. It's just the thing.
Inflation tax. Now here's another one just came out. Axios.
Oh, Axios, oh boy.
No friend of mine. They say that Biden's big donors fume over Israel criticism. Biden's donors.
Okay, asshole. Yesterday you were saying Biden's donors are paying for the campus unrest. And today, you just pulled an Axios article that says that Biden's donors are actually mad that Biden is not giving Israel, like, carte blanche to do whatever the fuck they want. Which is, by the way, not true. It's also, like, a minor percentage of his donors, for the record. Hey, fuckhead, you just walked in. All right, this is just rake stomping at this point.
Are the ones that are against Israel.
No, real quick, stupid. Yeah, I know this is your first time.
Came out Axios.
Axios, there it comes, Axios. Thwack.
No friend of mine.
Nope. Neither is reading, by the way. Reading comprehension, no friend of Donald Trump's. Now, what he's going to say is that this article, the premise of this article is that Biden's donors are mad at him because he's not giving enough to Israel. But yesterday he was saying that Biden's donors are the ones funding the student unrest, and they want more, I guess, more violence or something.
They say that Biden's big donors fume over Israel criticism. Biden's donors are the ones that are against Israel.
No, dumbass. Those donors in this article are fuming because he's criticizing Israel. Oh my God, dude. You just read, it's right. I mean, how is everyone behind him not just going, motherfucker?
Donors are the ones that are against Israel. So somehow, maybe those people...
He's trying so hard to dial back what he just read out loud. He's like, wait a minute, I got that wrong. You could see it. You could like, this doesn't say what I said it said. Oops.
Jewish people.
Oh boy. Never mind. He saved it. My bad. Totally. This will do it. Yeah, you didn't have to be right anymore. Just go on. Say whatever's gonna say. Come out again.
That vote for Democrats or vote for Biden, if they look at what they're doing, the donors to Biden are against Israel. Very much and vehemently against Israel. They hate Israel.
Hi, stupid. Real quick. No. Those donors are pro-Israel, and they're mad at his criticisms of Israel. That's what the article says. You're holding up... Motherfucker. I'm not even going to look it up. I could see... He read it out loud. I don't even have to look... This is how good it is. I don't even have to look up the article to poke a hole in what he's saying, because he just did it himself. Motherfucker. Say Jewish again, man. Say Jew again. Say it. Say Jew again, you dumb motherfucker. Yiddish. Do you speak it, motherfucker? Just what an asshole.
And that's why Biden hates Israel, because he goes with his donors.
Ouch! Brain cramp! Okay, how is this not the whole news cycle tonight? What the ever-loving shit?
And he always has.
Uh-huh. Say donors again, motherfucker. Say donors again.
So they ought to start thinking about that.
Yeah, he should start thinking of that. If he wants a fucking migraine, what are you talking about? Okay, right now, his attorney's like, I wish I could sleep through this like he sleeps through the trial. I'm just going to close my eyes and go to my happy place. Because part of me is telling me to just go, pat, and knock the paper out of his hands. Let's revisit that real quick. One more time for people in the cheap seats. Top of the Axios. Here we go. Let's go through this, just so uninterrupted. Anybody who doesn't fucking get this or thinks that I'm interjecting and therefore mucking up the storyline. So this is, he'll read it to you, and then he'll explain the opposite to you, and then he'll try to dial it back and then step in some dog shit.
Inflation tax. Now here's another one just came out, Axios. No friend of mine. They say that Biden's big donors fume over Israel criticism.
Biden's donors fume over Israel criticisms.
Donors are the ones that are against Israel.
That's why they're fuming. They're like, hey, don't insult Israel or criticize them. That's what we want to do.
So somehow, maybe those people, Jewish people, that vote for Democrats or vote for Biden, if they look at what they're doing, the donors to Biden are against Israel. Very much and vehemently against Israel. They hate Israel. And that's why Biden hates Israel, because he goes with his donors. And he always has. So they ought to start thinking about that.
Oh, my fucking God. All right, I said I wasn't going to do it. I know. You know I have to. Axios. Biden donors fume. Biden's big donors fume over Israel criticism. Well, by God, let's give it a shot. President Biden has become increasingly critical of Israel, and some of his campaign's biggest pro-Israel donors are becoming more critical of him. Could a man read the opposite of what an article says more obviously and stupidly than Donald Trump? Honest to God, this is so fucking dumb. I'm surprised. I'm surprised Dan Bongino isn't doing this. This seems like a Bongholio misread. Why it matters? Because Trump will shit the bed trying to bring this up. Whether he's aiding or criticizing Israel, every move Biden makes has potential negative political consequences. Right. Unlike Trump, who apparently could call the people of Gaza a cancer you have to get rid of, and there's some faux-aggressives who are like, he's my dude. Democratic megadonor and Israeli-American Haim Saban, who gave me my first television show, by the way, that was specific to me. I did an after-school special, but Treasure Mall was a Haim Saban production, and he was always very lovely. He had a very little office. Now he owns half the town. Emailed senior White House officials Wednesday asking them to pass along his criticism of Biden's recent move to pause bomb shipments to Israel over possible ground operations in Rafah. Bad decision on all levels. Please reconsider, he wrote in a message obtained by Axios and other news outlets. He added, let's not forget that there are more Jewish voters who care about Israel than Muslim voters that care about Hamas. The Biden campaign declined to comment. Yeah. Saban hosted a fundraiser for Biden's re-election bid at his Los Angeles home in February. Said at a private conversation with the president that Biden cares deeply about Israel. It's in his kishkis. Think about this article. This is about Haim Saban getting pissed because he just raised money. There is no one in the United States that's more pro-Israel in that regard, that's an American citizen largely, than Haim Saban, for Christ's sake. No pun intended. Sorry. Guess not for Christ's sake. That would be kind of the opposite or something, or it's a side note, whatever.
And now you have the lawfare implosion. This is the Wall Street Journal.
Oh, it's great.
Kim Strassel is a great reporter. They ought to read this story.
Yeah, you ought to read it. Read this story. This is great.
Because it talks about what's going on here.
Oh, good. It talks about what's going on here. What is going on?
What's going on here is a disgrace.
Okay, well, thanks. It's a disgrace. That's all I need to know. I mean, I don't need the details of a disgrace, do I?
Jonathan Turley just came out.
Sorry, I'm not familiar with that name. Who? Really? A Wall Street Journal article by Jonathan Turley? I don't know. I can't even put those words together.
This case is becoming legally obscene.
Well, the descriptions of what, of Trump getting spanked with a magazine with his face on it by a porn star or whatever, is that what he means? I mean, obscenity's in the eye of the beholder. I think it's silly. It's gross when you talk about it with him, not obscene. See, obscene to me would be gross exaggerations of a sexual situation. His addition to the situation makes it non-sexual at this point. Is just gross. The sexual, it just becomes disgusting. Yeah, obscene would be disgusting plus sexual titillation. Once he's involved, there is no sexual titillation, therefore just gross. Cool? It's like why there are no salacious details. They're just gross details. They're salacious, I guess, in terms of the Stormy Daniels side of things, but his side, any detail involving him is gross.
I mean, the articles are unbelievable.
You're right. They're unbelievable. As a matter of fact, if you read them, they'll probably say the exact opposite of what you just said.
And I'd hand you the articles, but the problem is I'm not allowed to.
What? What? Why would you not be able to hand people an article about Biden's Jewish donors?
Because if anything's mentioned against certain people.
You mean jurors or the staff of... By the way, why would Turley be writing about this?
And you know who they are, certain
yeah, who?
People. Anything's even mentioned, he wants to put me in jail.
In jail? Oh, I want to go to jail. You could tell, there was a little, fuck me cramp in there when he says that. Watch his response. He wants to put me in jail. No, mommy.
People, anything's even mentioned, He wants to put me in jail, and that could happen one day, and I'd be very proud
Yeah, me too.
to go to jail for our Constitution.
Yeah, you wouldn't be going to jail for the Constitution. You'd be going to jail for violating the
Because
Constitution.
what he's doing is so unconstitutional.
How so?
There's never been anything like it.
Well, I mean, the Supreme Court has ruled on several things being unconstitutional, and there's even still debate over some of those things or whatever. But I think this is well within just kind of, I mean, you're a citizen. You're not a sitting president. You're just a guy. Sorry, George Washington, what made him a great American was the fact that after he served his term, he was like, I don't want to be a king. I'm not going to stay on. Bring somebody else in. That's the whole point of this thing. And he was just a farmer after that. He even made the point. I'm no longer the president. I'm just a citizen after this point, and we all should be treated equally because that's the nature of this country. That's literally what made George Washington an extraordinary person in the history of the fucking world. And you are like, sucker.
This is story after story, right?
About rich Israeli-linked donors getting mad that Biden is criticizing Israel?
Here, it is one after another.
Oh, yeah. No, don't get me wrong. I believe that there's a lot of paper there, and they're all stapled together. Be careful. You might accidentally show us plans for Iran retaliation if they attack Israel.
And this is over the last 2 days.
Yeah, I don't know if you know this, but the mainstream media does a lot of writing on this subject. And by the way, this you got all those over the last 2 days, and you still only cite an article that doesn't mean what you say it means, and Jonathan Turley?
Story after story.
Yes, story after story. Tale as old as time.
Hannity.
Hannity. Really? He's been talking in the last 24 hours. Where'd he get that gig? Shit, I thought he was only on once a week like Maddow.
Big story.
Oh, huge. Huge.
They're all big.
They're all big stories. Well, as stories about a president, former president being tried would be. I mean, they're not as big as you'd think. That's one of the things, they're like, yeah, it's a big story. It's actually, it should be a lot bigger. I gotta say. Like, I'm enjoying the kind of back and forth about this shit, but you'd think this is the first time a U.S. president has been tried for a crime in our nation's history. And, yeah, I'm trying to, like, shouldn't it, I mean, it should be on, like, 24 hours a day. Like, they should be making little mini documentaries about it. Like, holy fuck, right? And yet it's like, we're good with just catching up top and tail of the day.
Jonathan Turley.
What? There's a Hannity and a Jonathan Turley? Did he mention Jonathan Turley? Is Jonathan Turley? I mean, Jonathan Turley's been around since, 2003.
Andrew McCarthy.
What? Andrew McCarthy? Not from the Brat Pack, obviously. Different Andrew McCarthy. Sean Hannity? Did you mention Sean Hannity?
Greg Jarrett.
Greg Jarrett. Oh, that's right. He hasn't mentioned him in 3 days.
They've all been amazing.
They've all been amazing. They're all going to get cabinet positions in my cell block.
They're not friends. Nobody's friends.
Yeah, we know you don't have any friends. These are people who want to make money off of you or want a position someplace, I suppose.
They're writing stories. They've never seen anything like that.
Nobody has. It's the first time a former president's been tried like this, stupid. We know.
They've never seen anything like what's
Right, nobody's ever seen anything like this because it's never happened before.
going on today in this court is a very dark day for New York City, New York State, and it's a very dark day for our nation. And in the meantime, I can't be out campaigning.
You weren't Wednesday. I mean, I know you have something planned coming up when your son's graduating, right? Next Friday, right? Is that it? A week from today, you're supposed to be in Minnesota, right? You're in Minneapolis for a fundraiser on the day your son's graduating from high school. The day you asked for a day off from the trial so that you could be at your son's graduation. You're going to be in Minneapolis. It's weird.
They could have brought it, I told you, 7 years ago.
No, they couldn't have.
They could have brought it if they would.
No, they couldn't.
To bring it. Remember, everybody turned it down. Southern District turned it down. Washington turned it down. The Federal Election Commission turned it down.
Well, that wouldn't be their part of it. Their part would be the actual election interference part of it. And they had bigger fish to fry. Quite frankly, one of them is just the limited resources of going after a former president as far as the standard. And I tell you what, if you hadn't done January 6th and stolen a bunch of classified documents, they would be going after you for it. But seriously, the stuff that you did was so fucking awful that they have to narrow their focus to the enormity of the classified documents case in the January 6th case. That's why. This fucking, you want to talk about peanuts? This is peanuts compared to that shit. That's why the feds aren't worrying about it. Again, this is like, do we go after, Ted Bundy was found with, I don't know, half a gram of cocaine. Do we go after him for a trafficking charge because he had legally above the amount of cocaine you can have for personal use in this situation? Do we spend all that, or we just go after him for the fucking slaughter?
And you know who else turned it down?
Who turned it down? The Iranian, no. Kim Jong, no. Who turned it down? Who else?
Vance turned it down. Everybody turned it down.
Not everybody, obviously, because you're in court.
And then Bragg came in and he turned it down.
And then he turned it up. Turned it up! Turn it up! Yeah!
And he got very angry, actually.
Oh, so mad.
Because a man named Pomerantz came out.
Oh, fucking Pomerantz, oh.
And what's happening with Pomerantz?
What's happening with Pomerantz? I don't know.
Are the papers looking into that deal?
Look at the papers looking into that deal. Why are they writing the papers? You know, the papers like Hannity paper, Hannity Gazette.
But he got himself into a jam. And so what happened is Bragg turned it down. And then when the election comes along, he said, well, let's go. But it's not a case that's been turned down. Remember this. It's a federal case. They all turned it down.
Well, no, I mean, again, this is the whole analogy of like murdering someone and taking their body across state lines is a federal crime. The FBI will go after something like that. But a state doesn't have to not charge you for illegal disposing of a body just because you what? Thank you, Charco. I'm looking forward to hitting 75,000 too. Hit that subscribe. It's free. Just if you use YouTube ever, yeah.
He's bringing it into the state or the city.
Well, that's where you committed the crime, stupid.
Yes. Look,
you guess? You're 2 weeks in and you're guessing? Fuck, man. Raise your hand in the chat room. Let me hear it. Give me a little hand emoji if you would have the case against you fucking memorized at this point. Oh, thank you, Bobby. Right? Give me a wave or a hand signal or something like that. If you were in a situation like this, motherfucker, and you were innocent, especially, wouldn't you have the entire thing fucking memorized by now? Right. Thank you. Thank you. Sorry to interrupt your popcorn eating. Yeah. I would, motherfucker, I know more about this case than he does. What the fuck? You do. Most of the people in my chat room know more about the essence of this case than this motherfucker does. Good Lord. How is that possible, motherfucker? You can go to jail over this shit. Oh. The amount of stuff. Like the minute they sent the indictment down and you had to post bail on something, Jesus Christ, I'd be like one of those prisoners who learns a law degree in fucking jail, right? Deborah and everybody's waving their hands. Hold on. There you go. Just the amount of, there you go. Hand pink, waving, hand pink, wave. There you go. Some of them don't show up because they don't transfer over, but I know what you mean. How do you not fucking know? Boy.
He's a district attorney where crime is rampant, violent crime is all over the place.
Yeah, but they have different people handling violent crime than they have handling white-collar crime. You don't send out white-collar investigators in the town where Wall Street is, by the way, trying to solve murders. They're going to do a terrible job. Sometimes they're good. Sometimes you bring them on the case, and they're the one that brings you Al Capone because you can't get him on the murders, but you can get him on tax evasion. Weird that you keep bringing that guy up.
The city's going to hell, and they have many prosecutors in there. I couldn't even count them. It looked to me like certainly they have had more than 20 prosecutors sitting there.
They got this rotating team, and I got like 5 dickheads who don't know their ass from their elbow. This is terrible. I had to backbench Alina Habba on this shit.
Over the fact that...
Also, by the way, no, they have assistants and all that stuff. Not everybody who comes out and gives them a note is another fucking prosecutor, stupid.
Somebody paid a lawyer, and in paying the lawyer, so it was a legal expense, that somebody happened to...
It was illegal expense, I agree.
Me, I didn't do the bookkeeping, I didn't...
Getting close.
Know about it, but a very good...
I didn't even know about it. All right. Well, there we go, kids. There you have it. Hold on.
That somebody happened to be me. I didn't do the bookkeeping. I didn't even know about it, but a very good bookkeeper marked a legal expense down as a legal expense. They didn't call it construction. They didn't call it building something or concrete or electrical cost.
Electrical cost? Man, this dude, you got to give it to him. This is a guy who knows the real estate industry, the making of buildings, construction, and electrical costs. I know the words. I know all the best words. Again, I guarantee you could set a blueprint in front of this motherfucker, and he would talk about it for 10 minutes before you turned it upside down and went, actually, the building goes this way. Real quick. Can we just show him incriminating himself again, real quick?
But a very good bookkeeper.
Hold on.
Over the fact that...
The fact, and it's a fact, and it's such a fact that he's going to sit down and testify in his own defense, and nobody can stop him because this is a fucking fact, ladies and gentlemen.
Somebody paid a lawyer.
Somebody paid a lawyer.
And in paying the lawyer,
whoever the fuck that was, Michael Cohen.
So it was a legal expense.
Because it's a lawyer. If a lawyer murders someone for you, it's not a murder. It's now a legal expense. If you pay them to kill someone, or bring you drugs, or push your ex-wife down a flight of stairs, or arrange for, I don't know, a well-known pedophile to the cameras in his cell to go off at a certain time and the guards to ignore it through a payment, that's now a legal expense. I'm spitballing. I don't know.
That somebody happened to be me. I didn't do the bookkeeping. I didn't even know about it, but...
Didn't know about it, well, then why is your signature on the fucking check?
A very good bookkeeper.
Very good. Very good. You know why they're good? Because they do what they're told.
Marked a legal expense down as a legal expense.
Which is not a legal expense, by the way. But paying someone off is not a legal expense. By the way, I would give you that if they put the payment to Stormy Daniels was a payment to someone to shut the fuck up. But the money that we paid to Michael Cohen to make it happen, make it all go away, the extra money and all that shit, that would be a legal expense. If this motherfucker, all he had to do was split the cost of this and go, the stuff to him is a legal expense, and put the other part off of just personal expense. Just put personal. Nobody has to know. It's a personal expense. It's coming out of there, and I'll pay taxes on it. But he didn't want to pay fucking taxes on the money that he gave to that he doled out, or Mike, you know, and obviously Michael Cohen didn't because he paid him back the taxes for it. So he could have just written personal expense, you know, or you know, fucking CODB, cost of doing business. Yeah.
They didn't call it construction. They didn't call it building something. Or
It's easy. Not all of us No, have the best words and know the real estate industry there, buddy.
Concrete or electrical cost.
I see Eric has been tutoring you on the complicated nature of construction and concrete and electrical costs.
They called, very simply, a legal expense to a lawyer. He was a lawyer, not a fixer. He was a lawyer.
Not a fixer. He wasn't a fixer. He was a lawyer. He didn't fix shit. As a matter of fact, I'm broke because of that motherfucker.
Legal expense to a lawyer. They called it legal expense.
Legal expense.
They said it was marked incorrectly.
No, they didn't say it was marked incorrectly. It was intentionally marked wrong to obfuscate what the money was actually for.
What else would you call it?
I'd call it a payoff. I call the money you paid to him a fee. That would be the legal expense. And the money that you gave to Stormy Daniels or Karen McDougal or to set up this company and all that kind of stuff, that would be payoff money. I don't know. STFU cash. Who gives a shit? If you'd have just written it as that, and then when somebody... This is the weird part. This motherfucker had such a grasp on his people that if they said, what was this money that you went to... You paid this money to him. There's this other money that equals what was paid to Stormy Daniels, and it's written down as STFU. What does that stand for? Shut the fuck up. It's GTFOOH. Get the fuck out of here. That's what it's for. What was it for, though? There's also a subcategory, hashtag none your business. NYB. Not a fixer. Fuck it. Well, that's because it didn't work.
It's a legal fee or a legal expense.
Well, that'd be different. Which one should it be, then?
We called it a legal expense.
I see. So it wasn't a legal fee, then. Obviously, it wasn't a fee. It was an expense.
This is what the case is about.
We know. You fucking weirdo. Look at this. Huh? This is what fuck that. Why am I'm not supposed to face consequences.
And it's not about all of the other stuff that you've been seeing.
We haven't been seeing it. We're not in the courtroom, stupid.
Because we're using that to attempt. It's had no impact because it's so old.
Yeah, it's had no impact because people don't, his people, especially evangelicals, don't care.
Attempt to do something to me politically.
What would that thing be? Doing something to you? What would that be? Politically, how would this affect you? I'm going to need you to be more specific,
But the good news is the people understand it. Our poll numbers are the highest they've ever been.
Dude, you just lost like 30,000 votes, or 124,000 votes in Indiana.
And it's ridiculous that I'm not
30%.
going to be out campaigning.
It is. I mean, you could be. I don't know why you're not flying to one right now. What the fuck are you doing there? It's Friday night, motherfucker. You could be on a plane by now. You're a rich motherfucker, right? Go outside, get your motorcade to take you to the nearest building with a heliport on it. Take the heliport to the airfield where your plane is. Fly to, I don't give a fuck, Eastern Kentucky, Tennessee. You could be in Nashville in a couple hours.
For another week or two, as these thugs, these corrupt thugs, and that includes the judge.
Well, sure. Yeah, I've seen him. He's all fucking yoked. He's got his neck tattoos and stuff, and he's just fucking like, bro. Order in the court. You sit down, Mr. Bird, whatever the hell your name is. Sit down. We're going to get to this case right now. The first order of business is whatever you say, I don't like it. Second order of business is throw more charges at this guy because I don't like him. I'm thugging up. Where the fuck are my sunglasses? God damn it. Hold on. I got. While we're thugging, I'm not gonna fuck around with this bullshit. I'm gonna tell you what. Oh, there we go. I'm looking for him. Shut the fuck up. Y'all don't know. This'll work. Come on, everybody. That's right. Now, what were we fucking saying? What did I fucking say? Okay? It's Judge Thug to you, motherfucker. All right? Check these chains, bitches. All right, next order of business, we're going to bring in Kid Rock. Everybody gets to make fun of his fucking face for about 2 minutes. Then we chuck his ass out here. Followed immediately by a long lunch, 7-course meal for the jury because they're going to find it however I fucking tell them to find it, because isn't that right? What's up? Thank you, jury. All right, fuck this. Dipshit. Thugs. This, again, I guess he just wants everybody in MAGAville to think everybody against him is black. Right? You don't know. They don't show you can't see what he looks like. He's basically a light-skinned black. That's what we're doing. That's what it is. These thugs, the thugs and then thugging. He's thugging all the way.
He should throw this case out. This case should go no further.
This case should go no further.
Every legal expert.
Every legal expert of the 4 I read all the time and the other ones I exclude because not so much.
Ones I named and many more.
Yeah, of course. They have to be, but, because obviously the ones you named and the rest of them would be everyone. Yeah, sure.
Calabrese. Another one. Many of them. They came out and they said this case should not go forward. It's not a case. There's no crime. There is no crime. And they failed to show a crime.
Well, hey, asshole, they're in the process of showing the crime. That's what a trial is for. Obviously, they did show a crime because they showed it to the grand jury, and the grand jury brought down indictments. See, Bragg did have to bring this shit before a grand jury, and the grand jury had to go, all right, well, let's see what they got. And we think there's probable cause to bring an indictment, and there it goes.
This is election interference. It all comes out of Washington.
Right, you interfered in the election of 2016 so that you could get into Washington because you don't have a home and you wanted to live in the White House as a squatter for 4 years because you're our first home-free president.
They have their reps here. You know, they have their reps here. I'm sure you know that.
Yeah, oh, totally. Yeah, their agents are here. They're all over the place. Yeah, that's the thing, is they got agents everywhere, man. Just the shit.
But this all comes out of Washington. It's to damage crooked Joe Biden's political opponent, happens to be me.
Is it, though? I mean, at this point, hold on. I think these are the glasses I actually want. Yeah, these are too small. That'll never work. I like these guys. Although they look like I live in the villages. Hold on. I'm getting my, maybe I should just look up. Let's see. Where is it? How about these? That's pretty good. A little Elton John, though. I packed my bags last night beflight. 0 hour, 9 a.m. And I'm gonna be high as a kite by then. Keep those for later. I don't mind those. Hold me closer, tiny dancer. Yeah, these work. I think these are keepers. I put them in there. Hold on. But I got to find the Thug Life ones. Hold on. I think that's what we're looking for. Because Thug Life. Whoops. Yeah, here we go. That's still too small. Black and white's not right. I don't know what the fuck that jagged shit is. How about this one? That's better. I'm a judge, motherfucker. I'm a judge. Oh, no, this is better. Hold on. No, that's a shitty green screen. That doesn't work. Fuck. Where's the quality in these things? Come on. Come on. I'm Judge, and I'm Judge Merchon, bitches. What's up, motherfucker? Hours. I don't know why this. What the fuck is this? Shitty. It's like I have a gold beard clamped to my jaw under 3D glasses. What the ever-loving shit. This is just... Has no one got any quality control anymore? I gotta say, the hat's a little low riding right now. It hurts. I'm getting a headache from this. Although I do like the motion in it. What's up, motherfucker? I like it cattywampus, though. Oh, the shit. That's terrible. Who is this guy? Smoking Holmes. I don't know why. How's the bearded glasses thing? It's like what kind of hipster thug life bullshit is this? This is pitiful. Who's she? Stop it. I've got a bad green screen. There you go. Now they fit. All right. This'll work. Yo. There we go. Mershawn in the house. These thugs own, motherfucker. Stop dressing like that. You're not fooling anyone. You're not gangster. You're not anything. Just go pick up the oysters and come back as quick as you can. And make sure they're chilled this time. They shouldn't be room temperature. It scares the shit out of me. Look, I'll get what I fucking want and you'll deal. The hell I will. Sit down. Okay, can I finish watching Trump first? If you have to. Fucking pitiful. All right.
And we're leading big in the polls, and the American people get it. It's a scam.
Well, then what are you worried about? Why are you mad? Again, that's the other part of this. If you're winning, you go, ladies and gentlemen, yet another day. We're wasting our time, but the people know, and it's totally good. And, oh, thanks, Josh. Yeah, sometimes you roll in two characters together. It's not a bad thing, I think, ultimately. I had a third character, but they weren't ready. I apologize. I was getting ready. Okay? Yeah, but you can't just fucking roll in here. Go put the full outfit on. I don't have to. You're not the boss of me. I kind of am, though. Son of a bitch. I think you look good like that, I'm just saying. I think you look real good. Shut the fuck up, Stoner. You look real good. Real good. Shut the fuck up, Stoner. All right, the two of you can knock it off. Backstage, everybody, powwow. All right. Sorry, sometimes my characters get at each other's throats and it's just rude.
So tomorrow we're doing a big rally, and it's going to be in Wildwood, New Jersey. We're going for the state of New Jersey. We think we can win New Jersey.
Has nothing to do with it being close. Has nothing to do with you not wanting to travel very far. It has nothing to do with the fact that you have to do it during daylight hours, because if you have to fly across the country, it'll be nighttime by the time you get there, and people are like, oh, fuck, you'll be a mess. We can't do it till the next day, until Sunday, because you'll be a fucking... Yeah, and you won't fly out tonight and just do it in a fucking state like Wisconsin or someplace where you need to win the place, or Pennsylvania even. You're going to New Jersey?
And we think we can win a lot.
Yeah, we know you think you can win a lot. You're not going to.
Because what's happening in our country is horrible. Between inflation and the horrible economy.
Ah, horrible.
And the only reason, by the way, the stock market goes up is that I'm leading in all the polls.
Yeah, people tend to buy, I don't know if you know this, but people buy stocks a year out. Especially the big investors. People are like, oh, fuck, next year might be good. A year after the policies come into play, so I'm going to buy stock now, even though things are shitty.
If I weren't leading, the stock market would be way down.
Sure.
But I'm leading, and based on the fact that I'm leading, the stock market is up.
Yeah, totally. Because especially the day traders. The day traders love based on what's going to happen on January 21st of next year.
And if I...
Oh, by the way, after you do some shit and maybe it works. Also, we were heading into a recession before COVID, so what exactly would they be betting on?
Didn't win, you would have a crash like 1929.
Yeah, but you said that about the last time, and the stock market kept going up.
Mark my words.
We did, dummy.
I've been right about everything.
No, you haven't. You said this in 2020.
If I didn't win...
You said that in 2020. It's almost been 4 years, you dumb motherfucker.
You would have a crash like the crash of 1929. Because
why?
The people that are running our government right now are corrupt and incompetent. Thank you very much, everybody.
Why hasn't it, if it's that bad, how come it hasn't crashed yet? By the way, not looking good, dude. Looking a little, I mean, the lighting's not, it's not favorable lighting for anybody, but a little bit of hat head, a lot of yeah. Maybe his hair. I've noticed this myself when I have my hair up in a ponytail for a while. It will get kind of pulled back, and then when I let it down, the outside will get very big, but the top will kind of lay flat because it was pulled so tightly. And I'll fluff everything up, and then over time it just kind of lowers down until the only thing fluffing the outside of it is your shoulders constantly moving, and your hair moves around like that, and that's where it gets. I just don't like that look. It's just I work, but it takes some. I mean, you got to work on it, right? You got to, ladies, you hear me? Long hair dudes, Jesus, he's watching. Yeah, it's always an issue, isn't it? Because it's pushing against your shoulders when you're wearing it down like that, and you get kind of poodle head. So you got to go through and kind of use some, some defrizz stuff or some leave-in conditioner. That's the best way to go. So leave-in conditioner. Steve has the same hair as me. Oh, excellent. Congratulations. That's some thick shit, and it's a big deal. So anyways, okay, we barely, Jesus Christ, 4:35. I have a flight to catch at 10 o'clock tonight, but I'm doing a full show. I don't give a shit because I'm glad to be with you guys. And that was him leaving. And now, after he went home, he made 2 videos. Now, I don't know if maybe he made these yesterday and then he put them out. And again, this is not, I can't blame him for this one, although maybe this is how he pronounced the word. This is Forbes. Now, Forbes is, again, you guys see it yet? Forbes is the organization that counted Trump amongst their billionaires when he absolutely did not deserve to be there. But apparently we have a corrupt and conflicted judge. A carrot, yes, that's what it is, clearly. Hold on one second, if I may.
Have with us today our amazing Vice President Mike Pence and his wonderful wife Carrot.
Yeah, we got a corrupt judge. Yeah. By the way, hit that like, subscribe. Come on, do it. You can do it right now. God damn it, right? Trade me right fucking now and hang up. All right. Here we go. So we have a corrupt judge. He seems happy. Now this, I gotta say, people will disagree with me, I'm sure. But this looks like the face of a happy winner who knows he's ahead and that everything people try to do to him just makes his campaign stronger. Isn't that the face you'd be making if you were like, I got this fucking locked? I'm good. This might cost me money, but I'm going to make so much money in the back end because this country's going to be flying and people are going to thank me. They're going to build monuments to my ass. Or you could be raging like a demented Ted Knight in Caddyshack.
This isn't a trial that I'm going through in downtown Manhattan. It's a political campaign, a witch hunt, just like the highly conflicted and biased judge Juan Merchan.
Merchan, how do I say that word? Merchan, is it Merchan? See? Merchan.
Like the highly conflicted and biased judge Juan Merchan.
Fuck that up. Keep going. Don't stop. We'll fix it in the edit. Don't worry. I said Merchan. I said it wrong. I know I said everybody's going to give me shit about it. But I'm confident and I don't care.
Wanted it to be. He wants it to be because he's coordinated, obviously, at least in spirit, with the White House.
In spirit, yes. They're using a trance medium to talk to him. He gets, that globe that's in the haunted house in Disneyland? They have one of those in his office, and Biden comes up there and goes, bubble, bubble, toil and trouble, make Donald Trump go to jail on the double. Not a joke.
I'm sure his political friends and allies, and crooked Joe Biden in particular, will be thrilled that they are getting away with this corrupt, ancient, and highly political attack on his.
You guys heard that, right? Huh? Ancient? Ancient? What do you mean? Way back to 2003? Ancient. What? Hang on. First of all, he's got slobber mouth again. I think these were all done at once.
Political friends and allies and crooked Joe Biden in particular will be thrilled that they are getting away with this corrupt, ancient, and highly political attack on his 2024 presidential opponent.
Ancient. Ain't what? All right. Ain't yet making sense. Ancient? Ancient. He fucking said ancient. We're just going to blow past that. He left it in. He's 32 seconds in. They didn't cut and go, you said ancient. Oh, I meant to say agoraphobic. What? Yeah, just try. There's another A word. They had a C word on the trial, and on the stand at the trial, and I had it stuck in my head. Ancient. Maggots. Hey, do we have a maggot in the chat that can translate for us? What the fuck?
Biden in particular will be thrilled that they are getting away with this corrupt, ancient, and
ancient. All right.
highly political attack on his 2024 presidential opponent. That happens to be me. Thank you very much.
Oh, you're the ancient one. I see.
These 8-year-old stories, which came out prior to the
Oh, I see. He's saying ancient because they're over 8 years old. Maybe that's what he's thinking. These are ancient. This is ancient history. I see. Okay, so he's like, this shit is ancient history. This is his same defense as this is past the statute of limitations, or it's, as he would say, the stature of limitations. Or I think that was Don Jr. who said that.
2016 election, and the voters have already and very loudly spoken because
No, you committed this crime in 2017. The payments were made, and at that point, what you had there was a campaign finance violation because that happened in 2016. When you paid them back, that's when you committed this particular crime you're being tried for in New York. That's 2017. You were president of the United States when that happened, and you could not be tried because you were current sitting president of the United States. That's one of the reasons why. And they wanted to try you right away, but they had to get in line with everybody else. And it got punted because you pushed it off by at least a year with your initial filings.
as you know, they came out before the 2016 election, and I won by a lot.
They didn't come out. These did not. That was the point.
That's the way it is. They have nothing
That's the way it is. They got nothing.
to do with this fake case brought by a crooked, Soros-backed New York City.
Spit mouth again, motherfucker. Ugh. God damn it. Yeah, he lost the popular vote, and he would have lost those other states had these other stories come out because the evangelicals would have stayed home. Motherfucker. Sorry, everybody. Like, I feel like first of all, I should have thrown this in there in case anybody's watching this later as a clip or something like that. But I also probably need a weird frothy mouth warning. Ugh.
Named Alvin Bragg.
God damn, it's like it's got cheeks full of silly putty or something.
And he should not have been allowed to be used. You know, Alvin Bragg never wanted to bring the case because he thought
he should have not been allowed to be used. He's being used, so your case is that Alvin Bragg is being used.
The case was no good. Neither did any other government agency, and just about all of them looked at it.
I think that's Santorum, if I'm not mistaken. I think he's got a bad case of Santorum. Do not Google Santorum. Trump has a Santorum problem. That's got to be the name of this video.
Virtually every legal scholar and expert called this case a sham and disgrace and election interference, something that should have never been allowed to be brought.
Oh, God, I can't. Fucking get a drink of water.
But we have a corrupt and conflicted judge. We have a corrupt DA.
We have a foaming at the mouth presidential candidate who's leading on the Republican side.
We have a corrupt system in New York, and it's going to have to change. Our country is under siege.
Don't say words that start with an S and have zh in them, because I'm worried that it'll just start to come out like hooch.
It is an insult to American justice, and everybody knows it. And hopefully the appellate division and other appellate judges will stop this travesty, not only here, but with Judge Kaplan and Judge Engoron also. It's an
Too late.
insult to our country.
Dude, the other case already
And
happened.
the whole world is watching.
I can't even fucking concentrate on what he's actually saying. Not that it fucking matters, but this is just nasty.
People will not come to New York. Businesses will never come into New York. And many businesses are leaving because of my various cases. They say,
No one is leaving because of your cases unless they're a criminal and they're like, oh shit, I'm not going to be able to get away with this shit anymore. In which case, fuck off.
we're not going to take a chance on being in that horrible place where they have no justice.
Yeah. No justice, no piece of the American dream pie money thing.
So there's a lot of things happening, and all I can say is we need American justice in New York and New York City and state. And
What does that mean? Is that a threat? We need American justice? Wink, wink. Hey, Southern people, come up here and do something about this for me. That's what that sounds like.
if we don't have it, it will be a ghost town. People
If we don't have it, it'll be a ghost town.
are leaving, businesses are leaving, and they're
This is leaving. Carol Channing left a long time ago.
leaving fast. Thank you
Anyone with a lateral lisp is getting the fuck out of
very
here.
much.
No. Ugh, God damn it. And he did another one. Ah! Biden, shock video. Trump says Biden hates Israel and hates the Jewish people and hates dry mouth. Ugh, God.
Crooked Joe Biden would say constantly that he ran because of Charlottesville. We know that's not true. And in any case, he's done a really terrible job because Charlottesville is like a peanut.
Like a peanut. You mean like peanuts? Like a peanut? A peanut. I've never. It's like a peanut. That's what. Hey, you ever been to Charlottesville? Yeah. It's what's it like? It's like a peanut. Like a whole one, or the one nut in like shell and all? Or no. Just the one. You know how they usually come as pairs, but sometimes you open the shell and you're like, where the fuck did the other one go? And you're like, it's like the other one ate the other one. It's a little bit longer, which is weird. You know that one? It's like that peanut, only, I mean, maybe I was there at a bad time of the year. A peanut.
Compared to the riots and anti-Israel protests that are happening all over our country.
No, not at all.
Right now,
No one's dead, for the record.
it's a disaster.
Right now, right now, listen to me. I'm about to say something really profound. It's a disaster. Not good.
There's never been a time like it.
There kind of has. There's been, well, maybe not. Maybe as far as volume of people, but lack of violence.
In the United States of America.
Yeah, we've never seen campus protests in the United States of America. When did that shit start?
And it's Crooked's fault.
It's Crooked's fault, and I mean Biden, not Hillary, because I stopped using that name for her.
Because he sends the wrong message every single time. And that includes what happened with Russia and Ukraine. That
Yeah.
includes October 7th. And
Yeah, he sends the wrong message, and that's why these people are mad at what Israel is doing.
that certainly includes a bad message on inflation, where he has launched inflation at levels never seen before.
He launched it? Really? Was there a direct policy like, we need to get inflation up?
The fact
He's launched inflation. You know, like you'd launch a peanut.
is that Crooked Joe hates Israel and he hates the Jewish people.
Well, settle there. He hates... Joe Biden is an anti-Semite. Finally, Donald Trump has said it.
There's no question about that.
Yeah, nobody hates Jews more than anything else. Why do you think he's got all these black people around him? You know what I mean?
And if Jewish people are going to vote for Joe Biden,
Yeah, the guy we're talking about? Uh-huh.
they have to have their head examined. He's a
Oh, okay, so you're for rounding up Jews and putting them in institutions to have them examined by some sort of a doctor or something, perhaps a German doctor. I see. I get you.
disaster for Israel. The problem is that he hates the Palestinians also.
He hates everybody. That's the thing about Biden. If you listen to him, he just fucking hates everybody. He hates Jews. He hates Palestinians. He just wished the whole thing would just go away.
and even more so, and he just doesn't
He hates Palestinians more than he hates Jews? How is that possible?
know what to do. He's a confused man. He can't put two sentences together.
Well, of course, sure he can. I hate the Jews. I hate the Palestinians. It was very easy. He was able to do that. Obviously, you overheard him at a dinner party say it.
He doesn't have a clue. He doesn't know where he is. He doesn't know he's alive.
I'm pretty sure he knows he's alive when he's riding a bicycle or with his wife that he's been with ever since he was widowed, essentially.
And he's our president.
That part is true. I will give you. It's sweet. Yeah, he's a doddering old fart. He's totally confused. He can't put two sentences together, and he kicked your ass. How's that got? That's gotta hurt. That's gotta sting a little.
We have to end it.
End what?
November 5th. We're going to end it. Thank you very much.
We have to end it. Well, we will. We're going to be done with you on November 5th. This is Donald Trump's last hurrah. Goodbye. Don't let the door hit you where the good Lord split you, where it's sick of your shit, and you're going to fade hard into irrelevance, and everybody in the Republican Party cannot fucking wait for you to lose so they can either jockey for your position amongst king of the twerps or to forget you ever existed and try to bring back the party of Reagan mythology. Bye-bye.
God be with you.
God be with you. I don't want to say that God protect our troops. That's what Biden says. So God be with you.
God be with you.
Kyrie eleison. Isn't that what Kyrie eleison means? I'm still new to Gallic, so that's one of the things. Right? Kyrie eleison down the road that I must travel. Kyrie eleison through the darkness of the night. Right? Yeah, Kyrie eleison means God be with you. Yeah. Oh, boom, 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 boom. Whoa, boom. Kyrie eleison. Oh, I'm sorry. sorry. I get too loud and then I upset everybody who's trying to have dinner. Yeah. I love that song too. It's actually very good. And I look forward to doing it at the Jam at some point. Next up, though, at the Jam, we're celebrating European artists. And so we're doing, I mean, you can't do a celebration of European rock and roll without bringing up the band Europe, I think. Now, they would not let me do Carrie because Carrie is, was the song that I had with my girlfriend in high school. Because things do change, my friend. Carrie, things they change, my friend. Whoa. Right? We don't get to do that one. I'd love to do it. I mean, people want me to do it, but they won't let me do it. You got to talk to Chuck. You got to go, Chuck, here's some songs Hal needs to sing. You got to go out. You got to find Chuck Wright and the Ultimate Jam Night and go, please have Hal sing this song. I want to hear it. Just saying. A little bit of, not saying to pressure him, but I'm just saying pressure him. No. Yeah. When lights go down, I see no reason. I'm just saying it's there. But we are doing the final countdown. Europe was a band? Of course it was a band. Come on. We're leaving together, but still it's farewell. And maybe we'll come back to Earth, who can tell? I'm just saying. I'd love to do some more Asia. Yeah, we were going to do the Asia song, and I got sideswiped. I think we should do bands named after geographical locations. Geolocated rock. Asia, Europe, Chicago, Boston, right? Come on. Now, we love Sweden. They're lovely people. So, yeah, I'm just saying. Maybe even do songs. Kansas, absolutely. America, there you go. We could even do songs based on them. Either the song or the band is named after a place. We could do London by Queensryche. I'm just telling you. Lincoln Park, there you go. Africa, by there. It was Styx. Well, it's a river, the river Styx, sure. There you go. Hoboken. Is there a band called Hoboken? I'm sorry. LaGrange, there you go. Yeah.
There's a rumor going round in that Texas town. At that home out on the range. They got a lot of nice girls out there, let me tell you what. That Texas town, do you want to go to that place they call a range? They got a lot of nice girls out there. Sorry, I'm just fucking around. All right. When the children cry, I'd fuck up some White Lion. Come on now. But we got to do Wait first. I'll get it. Believe me, Jake Fawn can pull it off. I believe in Jake Fawn. Jake Fawn's a great guitar player. I think he'd just kick its ass. I want to do some fucking wait. I never had a chance to love you. Now I only want to say I love you one more time. And then we need like 600 people. Like I'm gonna have to get the entire audience to sing background on the hit words, because it's, I mean, the background vocals on that album is nuts. Ventura Highway. Hey, we're not doing that goddamn song. Forget about it. I just got a new trim on my mustache. Get the shit out of here. We're not doing that. I'll do some John Denver. How do you like that? How do you like that? Rocky Mountain High under the Denver airport. Rocky Mountain High at an Eyes Wide Shut party. Come on, it's fantastic. It's going to be great. Uncle Tom's Cabin, that'd be good. Lost in Germany would be good. Lost in Hollywood's all right. Lost in Sweet Home Alabama. See, we got it. I'm telling you. Yeah. Yeah, Tool. Well, we need another Tool night anyways. Just saying. Joe Cocker. What would you say if I sang out of tune? Would you stand up and walk out on me? Lend me your ears and I'll sing you a song. And I'll try not to sing out of key. Whew. I can't think of that song without thinking of John Belushi, rest his soul. I'm running out of... You guys are going to be lucky that I started singing and ran out of time. You know why? Because that's why. Ah! Dear God, what is going on? Nothing is wrong. She looks fabulous. Shut up. It's a completely natural look. What are you saying? I agree. There's nothing wrong with having your cheeks and your nose done. I don't know. She looks fabulous. And the surgery, let me tell you, the best is yet to... The best is yet to... I'm sorry. Yeah. I don't know what's happening here. This looks like a fucking filter.
You know, Rob, what you're hitting on is a really important point.
Wait, Rob was just hitting on her? Also, what the fuck? Dial it back. This reminds me of that line in Only Murders, Season 2. Okay. I don't know what work you've had done, but it's too much. And that is not the reaction you want. This is, seriously, this is the kind of shit that if there was like lightning outside your window, you'd be like, you know what she looks like? She looks like the kidney. God. The lights didn't work. Ooh.
The kidney has a very special place in the heart.
All right, very mad that my lighting that I worked very hard on didn't work in that situation. What is happening? There we go. Now it'll work. There we go. See what I mean? I don't see what the problem is.
I think she looks lovely.
The kidney has a very special place in the heart.
And in what?
Wyoming. Okay. How is it that I look better than you do? And I've spent nothing, and this will shock people, nothing on my face. I, the Harriet Higman, from the great state of Wyoming, have had no work done. Shockarooty. Okay? So, just get it straight, all right? Please, God, never let that happen to me. All right. Here we go. And you're like, Hal, stop doing that scream. You'll ruin your beautiful singing voice. And I put all the heat in the top of my throat. It's not on my vocal cords. I know what I'm doing. Trust me. I still got the dulcet tones. We're okay. Just as long as I don't look at her face, I'll be fine. There is a chance that if you look directly at her, you will either turn to stone or your singing voice will disappear. And like some people, like, I don't know if this is true. And I'm going to test it right now. If you look directly at her, so I'm really scared right now. Hold on. All right, I'm fine. Whew. Apparently, it's only temporary. Thank God.
Because there is actually an entire ecosystem of big Democrat donors, dark money groups, far left prosecutors.
And there's a big ecosystem of Democrat voters.
Big Democrat donors.
Yeah, big Democrats. I mean, I haven't seen these. I've only seen them like in nature movies.
Donors, dark money groups.
Dark money groups. Black people donating money to
far left prosecutors and endless amounts of money.
Yeah, it's weird. Yeah, they're just rich. Like Democrats are the party of just like money. There's just money coming in from everywhere. It's just like, and it's not, you know, obviously Donald Trump is a broke motherfucker. And Democrats, especially the small donors, oh my God, they're just spilling it. Like they don't even buy themselves food or medicine anymore. Like these old ladies are eating cat food simply just so they can send more money to Joe Biden, their hero. They wear his hats, they buy his NFTs and his stupid sneakers, and they eat cat food just so they can send him more money and stuff. It's terrible. There's just so much money
that flow to these witch hunts against President Trump. And quite
well, I mean, they're tax dollars are pretty efficient in that regard. We do have oversight.
Frankly, against America First patriots. Now, you remember it
like who?
It was billionaire Reid Hoffman who bankrolled the E. Jean Carroll lawsuit that you referred to. And we've
That's not him, though, right? That's not, because that looks like a different guy. Reid Hoffman that says George Soros. Yeah, it's okay. Sometimes you get your graphics out of order. She was supposed to say Soros first.
Also seen these pro-Hamas protests on campus being backed by groups like the Tides Foundation, which is seeded by Democratic mega donor George Soros. And
Soros? Now, okay. Also, when you're saying that Dems are backed by anti-Israel, pro-Palestinian people, don't put a Jewish person on, well, two in a row, but don't put two Jews in a row unless you've got a joke. I'm willing to hear it.
David Rockefeller Jr. and was previously supported by the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. So it's all being exposed.
Oh, the Rockefellers. Yeah. Now, at least they're trustworthy and they really know the Rockefeller when you see one. Unlike the Rothschilds, who are apparently full of shit. Anna, talking to you.
And of course, we have
Anna de Rothschild. Bullshit.
Arabella Advisors. Don't forget about them.
I'm not forgetting about. How could I?
At the center of the Democrats' dark money, dirty tricks. All of this is being operated through a portfolio of so-called nonprofit.
A portfolio?
It's
or a portfolio, or
the Telescope Fund, and they are accused of abusing charity laws to help elect Democrats.
Weird, because Donald Trump has been found guilty of abusing charity laws to enrich himself. Can't even have a charity in New York anymore, and didn't fight it really. Just went, yeah, you got me. Didn't like it anyways. Fucking charity's weak.
And as a charity, there are prohibitions on all of this overt political activity.
Yeah, just like churches. Oh, right.
And we know that the Arabella Advisors has also been linked to helping abortion activists raise huge sums of money to get all of these abortion measures on the ballot. This is awful.
Sorry. What abortion
sums
measure?
of money to get all of these abortion measures on the ballot. This is
okay. So this is the idea that I guess she's promoting the conspiracist idea that Democrats are behind all of the anti-woman abortion laws that have been sitting there waiting to be triggered by a ruling from the Supreme Court. Yeah.
Awful what we see happening in this country. They bankroll Democrat lawyer and Steele dossier funder Mark Elias's efforts to undermine election integrity. And all these people are working together in
Well, he didn't vote for Trump. What do you mean?
concert to try to undermine American elections, to try to defeat Donald Trump because they don't want to face him at the ballot box.
Well, they are, though.
And bankrolling these efforts, this lawfare against him. And that's the problem that we see. But Americans have
also, I got to say, if you're going to use that much filtering, I would spring the extra $15 a month for the full filtered, not just your face. So your neck, by comparison, doesn't look like you have a rash.
their eyes wide open, are paying attention to this, and they are disgusted.
Some people's eyes are wide open because Botox won't let them shut.
It's only serving to, raise the numbers, and the poll numbers are outstanding for President Trump, even though they are trying to essentially imprison him in a courtroom in New York City.
Right.
Yeah, it's absolutely. By the way, did you notice my cool Jesse Waters do? Just saying. I'm like the Jesse Waters refund bottle, the 5-cent version.
What's scary, though, is that the behavior that we're seeing from the other side, they're skirting so many regulations.
Yeah, that's the thing. Democrats are always anti-regulation. You know what I mean?
The laws mean nothing to them anymore.
Yeah, they don't care. They scoff laws. They're smoking their non-domestic tobacco and going boogie, boogie, boogie while they drive their car with the top down going 57 in a 55.
More. They're able to do this because I believe, first off, they largely have a media system that doesn't care.
Yeah. Well, it's not they don't care. They only care about Democrats, and they control everything. Again, Democrats, and I think they would both agree with me, Democrats control the media, all technology in the United States, defense contractors, the pharmaceutical companies, all scientific research, especially these assholes who keep saying the earth is like round or ovalish or bulges in the center, some bullshit. Democrats control all those groups. Now, when Donald Trump took office, they didn't, obviously. So during the time he was in office, I guess fucking around and finding out, Democrats were able, while he was president of the United States, to take over all the greatest industries on the planet. American media, American pharmaceutical companies, American defense contractors, and American tech companies. That we were able to just seize control of them all, which either shows that Trump is an enormous fuck up and couldn't stop it, or that's what he actually wanted. I'm just saying, it's a little spooky, little hinky. I think Donald Trump wanted Democrats to control everything, or he wouldn't have let it happen.
And kind of supports them evading, I think, the rules and regulations that kind of keep.
Yeah, that's what when they're evading the rules of regulations, which are the worst.
This democracy that they all say they want to protect, in check. I mean, the fact that all of this filthy, dark money gets to pour in.
Oh, it's filthy. It's dirty. It's filth and muck. And look at that. Somebody should clean these windows. There's some tremendous buildup of filth and muck on that. Look at that.
They're buying elections with all this money.
Yeah, they're buying the elections, and the American people are like, give me some money. I'll vote however you want.
A lot of this money is foreign money.
Yeah, that's what it is. A lot of it, especially the Russian money that came through the NRA. Oh, wait, that got cut off. Wait, the Democrats put a rule in about foreign money through stuff. I mean, there was $1 million drop into the Romney campaign that triggered a lot of this stuff.
And they're propagandizing Americans with this dark foreign money and this globalist
dark brownish, if you know what I'm saying.
Agenda that
the money is all dark.
Nobody here wants, that doesn't benefit anybody in this country, but it's seeping in and it's being allowed to happen, and that's what's really scary.
Yeah, it's the seep, and that's what you look at when you look at her face. You think the word seep just leaps. Hal, stop it. I'm sorry, it's just hard. Watch yourself. It's just nasty. I don't get it. I don't get it. I get that some people get a little work done, a little puff here and there, whatever. I don't have a problem with that. But you need to have somebody around you that goes, no. 2 steps back.
No, you're absolutely right. And, so much for all the rhetoric from Democrats saying,
yeah, but they don't know.
They want to get money out of politics. They're doing,
which is such bullshit.
The exact opposite.
Yeah, they want money in politics. That's what Democrats want. That's what they've been fighting for the whole fucking time. We're the ones trying to get money out of politics. That's why we ran a fake billionaire. If we wanted money in politics, we would have picked Mark Cuban or somebody with actual money.
And they have an odd way, of showing it.
Yeah, totally. Also, honestly, that doesn't look like filler. It looks like you're allergic to strawberries and you just found out.
We've seen an entire network of left-wing billionaires using this web of entities to undermine the values that make this nation great and to undermine.
What the web of entities, dark money. Again, I would argue this is what do you think? Another level of projection. Oh, sorry, 1 second. Trying to type something in here and it always gets wonky. How about, look, we're friends. I think it's fabulous. I can be just like her. It's amazing. No, I got a better one. Now we look exactly alike. Equally attractive. Wouldn't you say? I'm gonna get some real work done. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get some real work done. Let me know. I'm gonna get some real work done. This is better. Fabulous. I'm all alone in this green room. This is my audition. I'm ready for my close-up, Mr. DeMille. I'm fabulous. You look great, girl, friend. Don't let them tell you any different. Okay, here we go. Okay, how about this? Too much, too little, just enough. Too much, too little, too late to ever try, girl. Now I feel better. Now I feel like I look like Kimberly. I look as good as Kimberly now. It's beautiful, Kimberly. You're beautiful. This is terrible. I'm sorry. Hold on. Get me out of this craziness. All right.
The will of the American people. So honestly, what we're seeing now and exposing it all, sunlight is the best disinfectant, right?
No, it isn't. I prefer peroxide. I think that's a good way to go. Or Neosporin. I'm not just going, don't worry about it. I got a wound. I'll just hold it out a window. It'll be fine.
So we are just going to keep pushing forward because...
By the way, don't say sunlight is the best disinfectant if you have the complexion of a vampire. Just say it. And this, by the way, is Rob Shit trying to go, what's going on with her face? What's happening? What is going on here? You could tell he's like, I don't think I like it. I know she's on my side, but this is a rough one. I'm having a hard time. What's going on with her face?
Responsible news outlets and journalists like yourself are actually...
Now she's fucking with him. She's like, don't look at my face and make all judgmental faces on this journalist.
Actually shedding some light on it and actually reporting the news, giving the facts to the American people.
That's right. That's the need is facts.
So they can make a good decision at the...
Right. 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 All these trials should go forward before the election. It's all right.
Ballot box about what they want for this country.
Nothing wrong with vampires. Yes, there is. There's everything wrong with vampires. They're evil and they're ice cold. So don't tell me they're sexy either, because they would be corpse-like when you touch them. I don't care how exciting someone is to you physically or how androgynously sexual they look to you. The minute you touch them, they feel like a dead person, and it's gross.
And the future and the leader that they want or don't want based on what's
Yes, vampires suck. I think we can all agree.
been occurring.
Yeah, that's a good point. Kimberly Guilfoyle.
Yeah, it's a good point. Kimberly Guilfoyle, or what's left of her.
Guilfoyle, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Ugh. So glad they covered all that. Now, do I have time for anything else? Not really. All right, let's end this with one of the greats. Yeah, let's go with somebody who, you know, who can wrap it all up for us. Someone who, you know, is cited by the former president as someone he likes. Someone who, how can I put this? Looks like a thumb. Who could, oh, good. Thank God. I'm glad we could check all the boxes. This is Sean Hannity, and he's saying this bogus Trump trial has gone off the rails. Okay. I think what he means is the Trump train has gone off the rails, but we'll see. So, Fox News host Sean Hannity shuts down the kangaroo court following Stormy Daniels' testimony on Hannity. All right. Wait, she testified on Hannity? I thought she was just in court. Maybe they had maybe they're play acting? Do they have a bunch of kangaroos in the studio and they're doing like a joke kangaroo? Never mind.
But we begin with Juan Mershaw's, kangaroo court.
Sorry, who?
But we begin with Juan Mershaw's.
Congratulations, Hannity. You're a dope. You're a complete idiot. You somehow managed to mispronounce his name worse than Trump did, which is incredible.
I agree. I'm a dope.
Yeah, there's just no two ways about it. It's just, yeah.
Well, kangaroo court in New York City. There's nothing but bogus, politically motivated.
Bogus. Guys, it's bogus. Fucking bogus. Somebody's been watching O'Reilly. It's nice to know he steals from the worst.
A trial against Donald Trump has gone totally, completely off the rails.
Totally bogus. It's totally.
And we still have not heard from the prosecution's star witness.
Well, he's not scheduled till Monday, I think.
You know, the convicted felon, notorious liar, Mike.
You mean the guy who lied on behalf of Trump? You were client 3 of this motherfucker. You think there's a reason why Hannity would want you to think that Cohen is a liar in case one day he writes a book about the shit he did for Sean Hannity? He's like, I don't care if I get disbarred. Fuck it. I'm gonna release my journal on my deathbed. This shit goes out the window. And Hannity's like, fuck. Now I can't even pay somebody to do him in. I'm kidding.
Cohen. We'll have more on that in a moment.
And he does mean moron.
Now this week, as a prelude to Cohen.
A preload? Ew.
Oh, the Biden-loving prosecutors called a career porn actress to the stand.
Well, she does have a career. I will say, you know, she's also a director and she wrote some of these things as well. And say what you will about the writing, but you got to finish those tasks. I mean, she gets things done.
Whose testimony apparently serves no other purpose than to smear, besmirch, and slander Donald Trump.
Why would it do that, though? I thought he was just like an alpha male and you just can't control that kind of sexuality. What are you going to do? I'm sexy.
On Tuesday, she horrified jurors with her, quote, so-called jokes. They were inappropriate.
What do you mean, the part about him being an orange turd that his attorney brought up?
Graphic stories, erotic physical gestures, totally unrelated to the case.
No, quite related, actually. And by the way, I do agree that there was nothing erotic about what happened there. And I don't think the gestures were erotic. I think they were sexual in nature, and on a clinical level, you could say that about the circumstance. But erotic, no.
And
again, anything done, anything sexual that involves Donald Trump, no longer salacious, no longer erotic, cannot be described as romantic in any way. It's just gross.
All of her testimony has been irrelevant and immaterial.
No, it goes to motive.
Despite being prepped by the prosecution. Wasn't that nice of them to prepare her?
Yeah, most prosecutions prepare their witnesses to get them ready, especially if they've never testified before. By the way, the defense preps their witnesses as well. I'm just going to... Isn't that lovely?
And today, during cross-examination, well, things got even more strange. And maybe...
Yeah, crazy. It went crazy, go nuts.
Be a little bit spooky.
Was it? It was. Sorry. Was there a ghost? A little bit spooky. Don't go there, girlfriend. So.
Even fake news CNN, they couldn't believe what they were hearing. Take a listen.
Nicholas asked if Daniels has claimed she can speak with dead people and that her house in New Orleans is haunted. I believe Stormy Daniels was involved with some sort of paranormal show at some point.
I get this shit because I was on a UFO show, too, all the time. They always try to drag it up to make you seem crazy. I'm not crazy. I'm just interesting. I'll have you know, I'm not crazy. I'm eccentric.
You have actually reached the limits of my knowledge of this case. I am not familiar with her paranormal work.
I read it.
Remember the
first
doll?
question.
How is it that you do not know anything about her experiences as a person from New Orleans? Everyone there lives in a haunted house. If you have any questions, get back to me anytime soon. I've got this covered. Fear not, you assholes. Right.
Question I cannot answer.
I mean, literally, we are now in the toilet in the realm of paranormal activity. It was a lot of interesting and unexplained activity.
By the way, he meant to say Twilight Zone, and he said toilet. I'm just saying. I'm just here to call strikes and balls.
The activity was complete.
Why does nobody ever say it like that? Strikes and balls. Why is it always balls and strikes? Because strikes gets you out of the fact that you just said balls. But if you say strikes and balls, it sounds like something violent.
They debunked the giant possum, she says, with a time to go back to D.C. and Jim Acosta. Jim, back to you.
Gee, thanks, Anderson. I don't know, are we watching CNN or QVC? That's the question I have right now. I mean,
By the way, that's a joke that I think they're talking about the constant running stuff on the side that looks like, graphically, it looks like UVC, how they always have the window over there with the product cost and all that stuff, right? There's only this much going on, but there's always this. That's the QVC joke that he's making, for the record. It's a graphics joke.
There were comments about candles and paranormal ghost hunting shows and so on. I feel.
By the way, I would be a terrible witness in this case because I would not stop laughing, but also because I spent the night in a haunted house with Gary Busey, which was way scarier than anything that actually happened there. Just saying.
Like we're losing the narrative here.
Salacious material and talking to the dead. This is not a serious trial in any way, shape, manner, or form.
That's shit his attorneys brought up, stupid. You do realize that, right? If they want to stick to just the facts of the case and make it not salacious, his attorneys brought that up specifically for the purpose of discrediting her.
But it wasn't all ghosts and spirits during cross-examination. Now, President Trump's attorney caught Stormy Daniels in what looked like to be a lie. Remember, Daniels said she felt pressure.
Sorry, in what looked like? What in what looked like? In what? Hold on. Where'd my? Oh, I couldn't have lost it already. That's terrible. Hold on. This son of a bitch. Say looked like again. Say looked like again, motherfucker. Say looked like again. Caught in what looked like. In you're gonna say that in court, right? In court, what looked like? Nobody gives a. And what it was it or wasn't it? What looked like?
To sign the NDA with Trump because she feared for her safety. But during a phone call recording that was played in court today, Daniels' lawyer can be heard, telling Michael Cohen Stormy wanted money more than anything.
Right, what the guy says she wants versus what she says she wants, and the attorney is going to make money off the money that she gets. What the fuck do you think? Say looks like again, motherfucker. Just say looks like again.
And was worried that she would lose leverage after the election. The trial is a disgrace. The Biden donating judge, Juan.
Oh, terrible.
Mershon should be ashamed for
Mershon? I'm sorry, isn't it Mershaw?
Enabling this kangaroo court. He should have recused.
You should say kangaroo court more often, by the way. It's really selling it. People know what a kangaroo court is, and they're like, yeah, totally. It's a kangaroo. It's full of kangaroos. It's a kanga and roo court, just like on Winnie the Pooh.
Himself, any guilty verdict should be easily overturned on appeal. But here's the problem.
You have a guilty defendant?
Will that happen after the election?
No, it will not. As a matter of fact, he'll be too busy being found guilty of other shit for anybody to give a rat's ass about this case by comparison, because he will be found guilty of stealing and possibly disseminating or selling classified documents for the political, power that they entail. Let's see if I got in here. Meanwhile, for the record, a kangaroo court is a euphemism, and I don't think it's right that people keep castigating my kind with this bullshit. We're very fair. That was pretty bad. Sorry. It was a bad kangaroo. Bad kangaroo. As opposed to, I'm a muscly angry kangaroo. That doesn't work. How about this? Don't fucking come in here. This is the one-way road to Kangaroo Town, bitches. That's right. You listen to Sean Hannity, you stay out of our town, we'll fucking throw you in jail, dummy, for being this kangaroo. You think a kangaroo court is bad? Wait till you see a kangaroo school and perhaps a swimming pool and kangaroo. We have a nice kangaroo park. There's a kangaroo park and there's kangaroo playground, which is really weird. And we have a kangaroo amusement park. And we have kangaroo boxing, of course, just happens mostly at the grocery store. And yes, and then you can court a kangaroo. That is true. You can come down here and court a kangaroo, if you know what I'm saying. Sean, I mean you, buddy. Now you look like you've got a bit of a pouch there yourself, buddy. Are you carrying a couple of roos in there? Sexy bait. Sexy bait. All right. Sorry.
That would be a travesty of justice.
Mm-hmm.
Mershon has already denied 2 motions for...
There should be a character I do called Travis T. I'll work on it.
Mistrial continues...
That's the name of my kangaroo. Travis T. The kangaroo. Hi, I'm Travis T. Live from outside the desert next to the 15th Trump trial. It is the year 2060, and Trump is still... repeatedly being found guilty on a bunch of different fronts, so we're trying to fix that or whatever. Anyways, I'm Travis T. Kangaroo. Back to you in the studio, Sean. You fucking asshole.
To muzzle Donald Trump with an unprecedented gag order, all while the prosecution and their witnesses, they get to say any and everything they want.
Yeah, but in Trump's defense, he does have an entire network of sycophants who are willing to suck shit out of his butthole and barf it into the open, willing mouths of his bird-like flock of maggot idiots. I mean, I'm speaking euphemistically, of course.
And even asked for gifts for their commentary. So you got a porn star who hates Donald Trump,
right, which is one of the most endearing characteristics she has.
By prosecutors, who has already been ordered to pay him hundreds of thousands of dollars.
He was also ordered to pay her hundreds of thousands of dollars, like $140,000, like more than that. But there was a difference between the dueling orders.
That she said she's never going to pay him after a failed defamation lawsuit.
Right, which is disgusting, and that's why he goes after Alex Jones every day on this show. Thank you for JD Christie for the kangaroo bonus. I appreciate it.
She can say whatever she wants.
Hold on. Yeah, Travis T. Kangaroo here live, thanking you for your super chats and your support, your subscribing. Don't forget to subscribe, or I will punch you. No, I'm kidding. That's a joke. It's a kangaroo joke. I know we don't box, but we are very strong. And from a distance, we do look like a buff dude with big ears. And also adorable.
About Trump, as everybody else can, about ghosts and spirits and graphic sexual encounters that have nothing to do with the bookkeeping case.
Well, yeah, it does. It's why he paid her off.
But Donald Trump can't say anything to defend himself.
Sure he can. Sean, of course he can. He can take the stand anytime he wants. Also, trying to fuck with the jury by saying this outside the courtroom, who gives a shit what he says outside? If the jurors can't look into stuff that like Stormy Daniels not supposed to talk about in court, they sure shit can't take what he says outside into, into their decision-making process. Right? So who the fuck is he talking to? What difference does it make? Unless he's endangering their lives, which is the whole fucking point.
Against wild accusations from a person that seems to have a lot of problems.
Well, yeah, she had a big problem. She at one point had sex with Donald Trump. Oof. I would consider that a problem.
But this case is about to get even worse. Alvin Bragg's star witness, Michael Cohen.
Your former fixer?
Not particularly reputable, is he?
I don't know. You tell us about his reputation. Client number 3.
2018, Cohen pled guilty to 8 serious charges, including tax evasion, lying to a bank, lying to the Federal Elections Commission. He was also convicted of making a...
The Elections Commission? Do tell. Also, who is he lying on behalf of?
False statement of Congress for lying on Capitol Hill.
For Donald Trump.
Also, Cohen was recently referred to the DOJ yet again for prosecution over 6 other lies to Congress. So even more charges may very well be in his future.
Lying for Trump again?
But don't worry. According to the prosecution, Cohen will definitely be telling the truth this time.
Well, that's because they have evidence. He has recordings. The reason he was busted for lying was because they have recordings and they contradicted what he said at that time. The contradictions that don't exist in this case now because the recordings back up what he's saying.
You can totally trust him. Now, during...
You could, apparently. You told him all kinds of shit. You know what, Sean? You could trust us. We're the American people. You don't trust the American people enough to tell them what you told Michael Cohen to ask, maybe ask us. What the advice you asked of him? What was that all about?
In the trial, Cohen has been spending hours live streaming on TikTok, soliciting gifts from his very huge fan base. Pretty pathetic.
All right, pretty pathetic what? That you're jealous?
Now, recently he wore a shirt depicting Donald Trump behind bars, and we're all supposed to believe that Michael Cohen has no ulterior motive in this case.
Why? Why would we believe that he has no ulterior motive? I don't doubt that he wants some sort of revenge on this motherfucker because he went to jail for lying for Trump and Trump did nothing to help him. And then when he was writing a book, Trump did everything he could to keep him from being able to speak his truth, write his book while he's actually on release.
And yet, thanks to a Biden donor masquerading as a judge whose family may be compromised.
It's a rock solid disguise, though, I gotta say.
Who should have recused himself. Well, Michael Cohen can pretty much say and do whatever he wants.
Right. So could Trump if he did it under oath.
Trump can say nothing.
He can say everything under oath.
Trump's legal team appealed the gag order today. Of course, that was denied by the Biden donating judge. Judge Merchan is not about to restore President Trump's First Amendment rights. The Democrats have an election.
What elements of his rights? I mean, again, you don't have a right to defamation or lying, right? You can't threaten people. You can't use stochastic terrorism. You don't have a right to use stochastic terrorism. You can argue that you're not doing it and try to get away with it, but you don't have a First Amendment right to stochastic terrorism, which is what this is.
Election to win, and the judge is more than happy to lend a helping hand. Hey, Sean Hannity.
Man. Hey, Sean Hannity. I'm just here popping out of Trump's asshole for a couple minutes to try and sell you guys on liking and subscribing. That's all I got time for today. I went over, but I got to go pack my bags and get on a fucking airplane. I got to get to the airport around 8:30 because I have a guitar and gear and stuff. And then I get to fly all night just to get back home. I'm kidding. I fly Sunday morning. I think butt ass early. Anyways, love you guys. I will see you guys tomorrow on the radio show. Internet willing. Might have to, like, if I get there in time, pre-tape a show just in case, just to get it up so that they could pull from. Oh dear God, don't even think about it. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. I'm gonna be all right. I'm just. Oh, and one other thing. you guys so much. Hit that like on your way out. My stream's going to stop because the timers, I fixed it. So bless you guys. Thank you for the support. Patreon.com/HalSparks. Join today. Also subscribe. Do all the free stuff. If you're not ready to help out and develop the show and all that kind of stuff, help me while I'm on the road, that's fine. Just like and subscribe. I know everybody asked you to do it, but that's